At number 10 spot, we have Demon on the Dresser. In this video, a woman was in her home when her cat started to stare at the dresser in the room and started to pace back and forth. The cat's hair on his back then stood up, which never means anything good. Cats' hair on their back will often stand up when they're extremely scared. Later in the video, while the cat is still staring at the dresser, the cat starts to stand on one of its back legs, and I did some research on this one. When cats feel threatened by a devious predator, they'll often attempt to make themselves appear as large as possible. And you guessed it, perching up on the back legs is part of this survival tactic. If this cat was so threatened and scared, it felt like it had to stand on its back legs, then I'm convinced that this probably wasn't a good spirit at all. At number 9 spot, it's in the house. One family began to report that they were being terrorized by a demon after they conducted a seance to contact a deceased relative. At first, they believed they had contacted their relative, but minutes after, the voice they heard started to alter and change. Soon, the house began to show many signs of the supernatural, and in 2007, this video was posted to prove their experiences. The clip was recorded from 11 p.m. all the way to 5 a.m. and originally the cupboard was closed. After this, the family immediately put their house for sale, so I really feel bad for the new homeowners. At number 8 spot, we have the case of Brady Wells. 23-year-old Brady Wells had her whole life ahead of her. She was in school and had classes in the next month. So she decided to try and go out to the Grand Central Station, which was a nightclub in Longview, Texas. She then decided to take a drive to her sister's house in hopes that she would go out with her, but her sister was tired and decided to stay in bed. Despite being alone, Brady still went to the nightclub, but this would be the last time she would be seen. Brady was recorded on CCTV surveillance footage entering Grand Central Station alone, and she was seen leaving alone around 12:30 a.m. The footage shows Brady leaving the nightclub. However, a man with a white cowboy hat is following really close behind her. At first, you think they are going separate ways, but the shot in the video when they leave show Brady getting closer to this guy. After days of no reply, her family reported a missing person and an investigation was underway. They found that her car seat had been moved back as if someone taller was sitting in it, and a gas canister was found that didn't belong to Brady. At number 7 spot, we have witch sighting. So this next one is from TikTok user elkukui.tv. It seems like he's on a nightly patrol stopped outside of a rundown house. It's the dead of the night and he's the only one there with only a flashlight to help him. Around the first part of the video, we see a dark face peeking at the right side of the window, but it seemed that the person recording didn't even happen to notice. My seat is already out of the chair and you know this guy is going to have an encounter soon. It's said by some that he encountered a witch in her own home, which is why she quickly tried to spook him away once she saw him.
Bismillah. Bismillah. Hey! A'udhu billah. A'udhu billah. Hey!
At number 6 spot, we have an aggressive spirit. Now onto the TikTok realm, we have a scary video by the user James Fitzpatrick. In the TikTok, we have a guy at what appears to be at his workplace when all of a sudden the power starts to cut in and out, causing the lights to flicker along with all the machines malfunctioning. It seems like this is a regular power issue, but as the video continues, you begin to see that this is being caused by something much more sinister.
Like there's a fucking poltergeist or some shit in here. Oh, God.
In the hub of our list, we have levitation. This YouTuber claimed that she was being haunted by a poltergeist that wouldn't leave her home or her family alone. Days went on with constant banging sounds and objects moving on their own. Eventually, they had enough, and this is what they recorded.
Go.
Specifically, this is the Shapiro residence, and no, I'm not talking about Ben Shapiro. The couple who owns the house is named Philip and Mary, and after they talked about their supernatural experiences with their doctors, they recommended them to take a video, and now this is being claimed as real ghost footage. At a number 4 spot, we have a hospital ghost. Back in 2006, YouTuber Maysville Explorer captured some grainy yet terrifying footage at the now abandoned Hayeswood Hospital in Maysville, Kentucky. The hospital operated for about 60 years prior, but it would gain a bad reputation as being a completely haunted place people should avoid. People in the town would claim that the ghosts inside of this hospital would haunt the entire town. As well, they would report that you can still hear the cries and sounds of the former patients and doctors that used to occupy the halls. The face at the end of the video is what many believe to be a ghost that is still trapped inside of the abandoned hospital. The video was shot between 10 to 11 p.m. by a single person. So much is unknown whether or not this video is real, but regardless, who would want to go up to this hospital just for some small little clip? Couldn't be me. At number 3 spot, we have disappearance of Andrew Gosden. In September 2000, Andrew Gosden was only 14 years old when he went missing. He was a very smart kid, racking up the highest grades in school and showing signs of maturity at a very young age. He was a pretty normal kid doing the usual, going to school, going home, playing games, eating, same pattern every single day. Except on September the 14th, his parents noted that he was much more irritable that day. Instead of taking the bus like he usually does, Andrew decided to go on a cash withdrawal place and take out 200 pounds. This is when surveillance footage captures him leaving the store wearing a Slipknot t-shirt. It was there where he bought a one-way ticket to London, and this is the last we see of him. To this day, his disappearance remains a complete mystery. 2 men aged 38 and 45 were arrested on suspicion of kidnap and human trafficking in London, but both have since been released under investigation. Was he lured to London, or was he there on his own? Who knows? Leave a comment down below what you guys think happened to him. This is what he would look like if he was still alive to this day. At number 2 spot, we have an abandoned building. This video was posted on Reddit by a now deleted user with the caption, "Dark Demon in Abandoned Building." I mean, first of all, do we really expect anything good from that title? This brave guy decided to record his own adventure and stumbled upon a supposed demon. What even was that? Many people in the comments said it was a demon because the abandoned building has been used for many satanic rituals and other sacrifices. Near the end of the video, we even stumble upon an animal jaw, which was most likely used for a form or ritual. All the way at number 1 spot, we have face swap ghosts. We all loved the face swap feature when it first came out. We were switching faces with our friends, our family, our pets, but this TikToker exchanged his face with something that was much darker. Could this be a ghost in the background or a person standing? I mean, I'm pretty sure if it was a person, we would see them well before and they wouldn't look that dark. This video may stop many from trying out this feature altogether, and I apologize for that.
Starting off at our number 10 spot, Cult. This video was recorded when someone was on their way home, driving down an old dark road at night. Everything was seemingly normal, passing by cars every so often. When they were approaching abandoned, all of a sudden they came across what looked like a man holding an umbrella and a briefcase. The person then starts running forward, and it's revealed that there are several others looking exactly the same. The person in the car then sees up on a hill someone who looks like the rest of the people lighting a flare. It's believed that this is a cult that was performing some kind of ritual.
At 9, attempted robbery.
Fuck, dude. What the fuck? What's going on? Can I help you with something?
As this man is driving on the freeway at night, he eventually approaches a suspicious roadblock with only 2 traffic codes and a single car parked to the side. Apart from looking straight out of a horror movie, the moment I would have seen someone in the dark like that, I would have just floored my car until I got away. As seen in the captions, the man stops to ask the guy walking on the street what's up, but as he fully stops, he notices the man walking is reaching for something in his pocket, which could have been a gun he was using to rob other people on that road as well.
Now coming in at number 8, wildfire. Back in 2020, a journalist named Tyler Day captured this frightening footage on his dash cam well inside of the Hennessy wildfire. It can even be heard in the video the trees cracking, getting ready to break just above him. Thankfully, he was able to get out unharmed, and despite all that he really managed to keep his cool. I know if that was me driving, I would be completely freaking out. His dashcam footage managed to capture what it was like during this horrifying fire in California that destroyed over 318,000 acres of land.
At number 7, we have the random man. Imagine if you're riding on a dark road when all of a sudden this guy pops up in front of your car, looking unfazed from the fact that he's this close from being run over, regardless if this was a real person or an apparition. This video is incredibly eerie. On one side we have a regular man who doesn't have a care in the world and almost seems as if he doesn't care about his own life by standing in the front of the cars like that. As well, many people have claimed the man in the video is actually a ghost and that is someone who's passed away, but who really knows what the truth is.
Here at our number 6 spot, lightning. You know how they say lightning never strikes the same place twice? Well, this video captured by a family seems to prove otherwise. In a small state in America, a family was just driving along a road while it was raining and all of a sudden a car in front of them got struck by lightning. But not just once, twice, in the same exact spot. You can see the flames in the video quickly burst up from the heat of the lightning. I personally would count these people lucky that they weren't the ones that got hit, or maybe they aren't lucky considering they witnessed lightning striking twice right in front of them.
Right in the hump of our list we have a Northern California fire. Another one of California's fires because this place looks straight out of hell. As of August 18, 2021, the state of California was facing unprecedented fire conditions as multiple fires including the Dixie Fire, McFarland Fire, the Caldor Fire, and others raged heavily on.
Number 4, ghost car. This footage was captured during a police car chase around the year of 2000 by Garden City Police. A few police cars were chasing a car when all of a sudden the car makes a turn to escape the cops, and when the cops turn, it can be seen on the dashcam of the police that the vehicle seemingly went through a fence. The car had already tried to lose the police by doing some scary turns and maneuvers, however they were unsuccessful, and the police were still right behind the car. Just when the police thought they had the car trapped by going into a dead end, the car then drove off, leaving a perfectly intact fence between the car and the cops. The police department still to this day can't explain what happened, and has been known as the Garden City Ghost Car.
The fence at the end means no way out, or does it? Even watching it again, cops are unable to make sense of it. All they see is an intact fence and nothing more than the vanishing taillights of what the Garden City PD has come to call the ghost car.
At number 3 we have ghosts sitting in the middle of the road.
My mistakes are one. Huh? My mistakes are one. I think I see lights. Oh no, that's just street lights.
Okay, that's a bit scary.
Yeah,
That's a bit scary.
that is very scary.
That's
Alright, my traction control just came on.
yeah, that's no good.
As these group of guys are driving down a winding road, they eventually get to a point when the road straightens out, and this is when they encounter this creepy looking girl in the middle of the road. She appears to be in all white and black hair, looking straight out of a cliche horror movie monster film, but regardless, seeing this in the middle of the night is bound to make all of us have some goosebumps.
Coming in at our number 2 spot, clown. So who doesn't remember the clown epidemic of 2016, am I right? Well, I thought because the clown videos were everywhere back in 2016 that I should bring it back to show you one of the scariest dashcam videos of a clown. This video was taken on a dashcam of a police officer in Wisconsin. Someone had reported back in November 2016 that they had seen some creepy clowns outside, so police went to go check it out. When they had arrived, they saw 2 people in clown costumes standing on the sidewalk. And they only moved when the police officers told them to. It was discovered that it was just 2 men playing a prank, but the footage is still insanely creepy. And not to mention, it was reported that the police discovered one of the men had left his 4-year-old child at home to participate in this prank.
Caught in the headlights, both the creeps stand stock still and only move when the police officers tell them to.
Why don't you guys come up to this barrier right here? Go ahead and put your butts against it.
Completely unfazed by their ridiculous appearance, the officers slowly moved them off to the side. But
All the way on the number 1 spot we have the tree tsunami.
Все, Франклин. Дай ход, давай, дай ход.
This group of people were driving down a road within a very dense forest. At first you can hear a slight crack from one of the trees and then the tree falls, but slowly the other trees around it start domino affecting and then they all fall around it as well. This is when the car reversed quickly, and as the trees were catching up to the car, a tree ended up falling right on top of it, leaving them completely trapped in it.
Starting off this countdown at number 10, we have flying car. This video was captured by a woman who was driving in Israel. She was making her daily commute and talking to what sounds like her car Siri when someone wanted to cut in front of her. Although I think the car misjudged how much space they had, because when they tried to go around,
How much money do you have?
they ended up hitting the car in front of them and completely flipping, hitting multiple cars in the oncoming direction, almost knocking over a telephone pole.
14 или 15.
And then to top it all off, the car caught on fire.
At number 9 spot, we have a Japanese tsunami. On March 11, 2011, a 9.0 magnitude undersea earthquake struck off the coast of Oshika Peninsula, which caused a huge tsunami. Unfortunately, this tsunami claimed the lives of over 15,000 people, with thousands more missing and losing their homes. We all know how terrifying a tsunami can be, especially when it comes as unexpected as this one. A man captured the entire event on his dashcam, and when you're watching, just look at how fast the water consumes the entire city. It's truly terrifying.
後ろからも津波が押し寄せる。そして25秒後には車は完全に。回転を始めた車は。
Number 8, landslide. This video was taken back in 2011 in Thailand. A few truck drivers were just making their way down a mountain when all of a sudden trees started to fall. Yes, nerve-wracking, but not too much to worry about when it's just a few trees, right? Well, unfortunately, it was more than just a few trees. Well over 15 trees had fallen over onto one of the trucks that was driving, with dirt and rocks also sliding down the hill, and it started to push the truck off the road completely. It's unknown if the person in the blue truck is okay or not, but I'd say for certain the person who took the video and witnessed it probably isn't going near any forest anytime soon.
At number 7 spot, we have the roadblock. Ever been driving along a road at night and wondered how scary it would be if someone just were to show up in the middle of nowhere? Yes, this is what happened to this driver in the video. On May 17, 2014, in what appears to be in the middle of the night, this driver is going down a road with no one else around except for maybe one lone car. As he continues down his path, he goes down a bend in the street, which leads him directly in front of a lady in white just standing there still in the middle of the road. This is terrifying because the girl on the road didn't even flinch, like any real human would flinch unless they have a death wish. Not only that, she was just staring right into the driver's soul after he just stopped right in front of her. Like, who even does that?
Number 6, Ghost Girl. This video was captured by someone in Singapore. When they were driving down a seemingly normal road, they came across what people were calling the Ghost Girl. The drivers heard honking as they were probably trying to tell her to get off the road. There are stories about this road that a young girl was in a car crash with her family, but only she passed away, and now her soul haunts the road just watching as cars drive by. Maybe it's a ghost, or maybe it's actually someone who's sleepwalking and happened to stumble onto the road.
Right in the hump of our list, we have a ghost sitting in the middle of the road.
Okay, that's a bit scary.
Yeah,
That's a bit scary.
that is very scary.
That's
Alright, my traction control just came on.
yeah.
As these group of guys are driving down a winding road in Malaysia, they eventually get to a point when the road straightens out, and this is when they encounter this creepy looking girl in the middle of the road. She appears to be in all white, black hair, looking like the more cliche movie monsters that you usually see, but regardless, seeing this in the middle of the night is bound to make all of us have some goosebumps.
Now at number 4, Demon. When a taxi driver in Japan was dropping off their passenger, their dash cam captured something paranormal. To the driver, the car ride was completely normal, but to us who can see the dash cam footage, there was nothing normal about it. He's seen driving under a bridge when what looks like a ghost appears in the back seat of the car. The figure seems to linger around for a little while, with at one point having what looks like a smile on its face. Then suddenly after a bit, the figure just vanishes. Now some say it's the reflection of the lights in the tunnel, but I don't really know how much I believe that, and not to mention how the figure disappears for a bit then comes back when the driver is no longer in the tunnel.
At a number 3 spot, we have a locust swarm. In Russia's Republic of Dagestan, a swarm of locusts invaded and it was all captured on a person's dashcam. This looks straight out of an apocalyptic movie about the end of the world. In the video, the driver captured a gray cloud slowly approaching the vehicle, but when the cloud gets closer, as seen in the video, it becomes clear that it is not a dust storm, but a sea of swarming locusts. According to the Ministry of Agriculture and Food for the Republic of Dagestan, the swarm affected 114,000 hectares of farmland, and despite attempts to stop the swarms through fumigation. Last month, the agency declared a state of emergency when a massive swarm hit the area.
Coming in at number 2, bus crash. This video was taken on multiple cameras on a tour bus in China. When the bus driver attempted to reverse on the highway after missing an exit, a transport truck had crashed into the back of the bus, unfortunately taking the life of the truck driver. However, everyone on the bus was okay, walking away with only minor injuries.
A spectacular crash has been captured on camera from the inside of a tourist bus in China.
I personally don't think the truck driver was at fault whatsoever, because who reverses on the highway?
All the way at our number 1 spot, we have a devil sighting. Somewhere in Asia during the night, a driver encountered one of the most creepiest looking people on the road. It's hard to explain what's in the video, so it's best to just show you guys what I'm talking about. In the video, we see a young woman with long dark hair sitting in the middle of the road. As she notices the camera, she starts to walk backwards towards the car and then picks up her pace. This is when the car is like, yeah, no, I'm out of here. At a number 10 spot, we have Ghost in the Basement. This chilling video by YouTube user Advil with 4 L's has got to be one of the most genuine and realistic recordings that I've ever seen that involves a ghost. In October 2015, the user reported hearing noises and other various voices coming from their basement. However, this wasn't the first time, so this time around, he decided to record what he was hearing, but as he began the recording, this is what happened.
I heard some noises again. Hello?
I don't know if you got that last second glimpse, but I'll play it one more time, but in slow motion. I mean, you can clearly see legs and someone moving. Either this is one of the most realistic ghost pranks, or there was something really there in his basement. Number 9, barbershop apparition. YouTuber GQ Kutch shared a very interesting video on YouTube capturing a possible ghost inside of a barbershop. And I know what you're thinking. Not even the barbershops are safe? Yeah, I know, but sometimes a ghost might just need a trim. In this video, what it looks like a typical workday, there's 3 men. 1 cutting the lady's hair, and 2 by the counter talking to one another. Everything seemed to be going normal at first, but a few minutes in, the 3 men started to experience something they would never expect inside of a barbershop. First, we notice that the blue chair cover begins to move on its own. This is when one of the guys at the counter starts to freak out. But that's not all. Seconds after, the mannequin's head on the top of the shelf begins to move on its own as well. What makes this video very eerie is the genuine reactions of all of them, and how all of this stuff just moved on its own. But after reading the description of the video, I discovered that the barber found out that the shop was built on a Native American cemetery back in the day. So this would explain a lot. Number 8, Mr. One-Way Ghost. In the infamous Disneyland, there's a ghost that is said to haunt the Space Mountain attraction. Visitors describe him as a large man with red hair and a red face. Number 7, dragged across the hallway. Back in 2013, YouTube channel GHD posted a video capturing one of the most aggressive ghosts ever caught on camera. CCTV footage captured this noticeable black entity attacking a man inside of a hall before doing something we only see in movies. I couldn't imagine just getting pushed to the ground then dragged across the hallway by my leg, by something I can't even see. Luckily, the man is able to break free at the end of the video and he runs away, but if this footage turns out to be the real deal, then we have a real issue on our hands with ghosts being able to fight and all. Number 6, hospital ghosts. Back in 2006, YouTuber Maysville Explorer captured some grainy yet terrifying footage at the now abandoned Hayeswood Hospital in Maysville, Kentucky. The hospital operated for about 60 years prior, but it would gain a bad reputation as being a completely haunted place people should avoid. People in the town would claim that the ghosts inside of this hospital would haunt the entire town. As well, they would report that they can still hear the cries and the sounds of the former patients and doctors that used to occupy the halls. The face at the end of the video is what many believe to be a ghost that is still trapped inside of the abandoned hospital. The video was shot between 10 to 11 p.m. by a single person, so much is unknown whether or not this video is real, but regardless, who would want to go up to this abandoned hospital just for this small little clip? Right in the hump of our list, we have campgrounds. Ever go camping and begin to imagine what could be there out in the woods at night? Well, this is a thought that many of us have when we're camping at nighttime. Camping is just one of those things that keeps us connected to nature, except sometimes that connection is a little bit too strong. YouTuber MBG Films went out on a camping trip with friends and began to record their nighttime activities until he discovered something a lot more terrifying.
This stick's getting pretty damn sharp. Eh?
Oh fuck, the smoke is in my face.
Well, you've been sharpening it for like 2 hours.
No.
You hear something?
Whatever it is in the video, you can all tell that it is walking on all fours and is longer than any human that we know of. As well, the creature appears to be moving very fast as it only appears for a few frames then disappears. What do you guys think this is? A lot of people have claimed that what we see is either a deer or kangaroo, but in my opinion, this looks nothing close to either. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. Number 4, Japanese backrooms. Many of us have heard about the backrooms, and for those who don't know what the backrooms are, they're simply a creepypasta that consists of a never-ending maze with randomly generated office rooms. But in the case of this video, this is what they call the quote, back rooms of Japan. In the video, we have a person exploring an abandoned building that is ruined and has graffiti all over it. Other than the fact that the place is creepy looking, nothing significant happens in the video until near the end. A minute and a half in and we begin to hear a baby crying. So the person recording decides to run and find out where it is. As they approach the source, they run into this. Number 3, aggressive poltergeists. Now onto the TikTok realm, we have a scary video by the user James Fitzpatrick. In the TikTok, we have a guy at what appears to be at his workplace when all of a sudden the power starts to cut in and out, causing the lights to flicker along with all the machines malfunctioning. It seems like this is a regular power issue, but as the video continues, you begin to see that this is being caused by something much the road. In May 2017, a group of guys were driving down a winding road in Malaysia at night. The roads were clear, meaning they have no issue with traffic at the time. However, there's something else on the road that is a bigger cause for concern. They eventually get to a point of the road when the road straightens out, and this is when they encounter this creepy looking girl in the middle of the road.
Oh no, that's just streetlights.
Okay, that's a bit scary.
Yeah,
That's a bit scary.
that is very scary.
That's
Okay, why, when, where, how was she there? The ghost in the video appears to be in all white and black hair, looking like a cliche horror movie villain more than anything. Number 1, San Francisco Armory. In 2019, Armory security officer Alex Nunes posted a video on YouTube showing that what he thought was a ghost haunting in the San Francisco Armory. It all started when he heard the sounds of chairs moving around the lounge, and this is when he began to start recording. But it wasn't until some doors opened when he realized something paranormal was going on.
Oh, hell no.
This was more scary for the officer because it was noted that he was all alone at the armory that night. So there could be no possible soul that would have opened that door, except if it was a ghost. Number 10, the rake. YouTuber Rodriguez shot a minute clip trying to show his friends and his family his new place. He began to walk outside, and this is when his whole mood changes.
Stop. Got this thing, I don't know what it is. Oh. Well, that stinks. But yeah, you got some chairs. What was that? Is that a cow? What is that? Oh, frick!
This video was captured in the Texas forest and is believed to be the creature known as the rake. Rakes are described to be 9 feet tall, slender beings that only appear at night, and they have a very strong thirst for human flesh. And from what we see in the video, although it's not night, they look very closely to a rake. Number 9, Skinwalker. YouTuber Dadyo910 posted a 40-second clip of his backyard at night, claiming to see and hear a skinwalker.
Hell, what it is, but it's been making noise for the last couple of hours. I don't know if it's a bird or an owl or what it is. Been making some weird ass sounds. What the is that? What the is that? Keep poking his head out back and forth though. What the
Before the video was shot, the user said they thought it was an owl, then he said it transformed into a deer walking, and then it transformed to a human with the eyes it was looking at. And that's when he began to record all of it. Skinwalkers are basically witches in the Navajo culture who actively practice black magic. So in the video, maybe it's just trying to lure the guy out. Number 8, a stalker ghost. A TikTok user by the name of Brandy Nicole 2992 posted a video clip recording her experiences working alone at night. Except in the video, you'll quickly notice that she isn't truly alone.
So, y'all have been following my polter diaries here lately. So I'm pretty sure there's something standing in the doorway to the break room. Am I crazy, or is that somebody standing there? I don't... Y'all see that?
The lady claimed that she was all alone at the office that night, as well as she has already been documenting on what is believed to be a poltergeist haunting her office. Nonetheless, if I saw a ghost move like that, my whole body would just take a screenshot. Number 7, haunted basement. A Reddit user by the name of Chastity Pinata TV posted a 5-minute video clip of footage coming from her basement. She claims that she had issues in her basement since moving in, but it wasn't until she installed a motion sensor camera where she finally got her evidence. She was so scared that she refused to do laundry since it was in the basement. But what I'm thinking is, why is there a swing there? One gust of air and I'll think I'm haunted. Number 6, creepy figure. In April 2012, YouTuber James Jones posted a video of his walk through the forest of Tennessee. He was taking in much of the scenery when he stumbled upon something that was just so creepy. Kinda looks like the Scarecrow guy from Jeepers Creepers 2, if you know what I'm talking about. Regardless, this thing in the video is downright scary, and if you watch closely, it's almost angled as if it's looking straight at the guy. In the Humpver list, we have the tunnels. In 2012, YouTuber Kilolu and his friends decided to go urban exploring and walk through one of his local sewage tunnels. And this is what they got. I won't lie, I did this once, and I'm just surprised that they didn't instantly smash their heads on the ceilings. What do you guys think this is in the video? I couldn't even make it out. Leave a comment down below. Number 4, trespassing clown. As we begin to dress up for the upcoming Halloween, we have to remember not to take the costume too far. In Rose Hill Cemetery in Chicago, Illinois, there's been a man in a clown costume walking the cemetery grounds in the middle of the night. Witnesses first saw the clown when he was caught scaling the front gates. The same witnesses claimed to follow the clown and record it until they got this footage.
I'm freaking out.
It also isn't the only case.
Oh my god.
Videos and photos of creepy clowns surprising people on the streets of California at night went viral last year.
Oh my god.
And in New York, more of the same, but again, for some reason, in cemeteries.
Number 3, a face swap gone wrong. We all loved the face swap feature when it first came out. We were switching faces with our friends, our families, and even our pets. But this TikTok user exchanged his face with something that was much darker. Could this be a ghost in the background, or is it just a person standing there that we can't make out? I'm pretty sure if it was a person, we would see them very well before, but they just didn't seem to appear there. This video may stop you from trying this feature altogether. Number 2, the uncanny valley. If you don't know what atomatobophobia is, it is a fear of human-like figures and faces. This could include wax figures, animatronics, humanoids, and the list goes on. Basically anything that looks like us, but isn't us. You may think that the faces in the video are human, but they aren't. Take a look.
Tilly bone, close your eyes now. Someone's walking outside and knocking on the door.
Near them, see red.
Number 1, poltergeist. This YouTuber claimed that she was being haunted by a poltergeist that wouldn't leave her house or her family alone. Days went on with constant banging sounds and objects moving on their own, and eventually they had enough, and this is what they recorded. Go! Specifically, this is the Shapiro residence, and no, I'm not talking about Ben Shapiro. The couple who owns the house is named Philip and Mary, and after they talked about their supernatural experiences with their doctors, they recommended them to take a video, and now this video is being claimed as a real ghost caught on tape.